A few weeks pass and there has been a report of strange aircraft heading towards the floating island. Sonic and Tails hop into the tornado and make their way to the floating island to investigate. The report was correct. Several large aircraft are landing. It's the Drakon Empire. Emperor Kodor has finally begun his attack to claim the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic knows they are obviously here for the Chaos Emeralds. What else could they be after? Knuckles' stamp collection? The tornado is immediately spotted and attacked by the Sentinels. Sonic goes on the offense while Tails can land the plane. Sonic has battled Sentinels before, but this time it's an entire army of them. This is not going to be an easy fight. Just where was Knuckles to help? The Green Prosecutor instructs half the Sentinels to contain Sonic while the other half will come with him. The Green Prosecutor claims to have plans that show of an opening somewhere here on the ground. A Sentinel finds a metal ring. That must be it. A secret tunnel that will lead them straight into the main passageway. A Sentinel goes to investigate before encountering one of the floating island's guardian robots. The Green Prosecutor was hoping that Knuckles didn't have any of the defensive robots operational yet, but claims it's no matter and can be easily dealt with. He instructs 2 Sentinels to come with him and the rest to destroy the guardian robot. It doesn't take long for the Drakons to arrive at the Emerald Chamber. The Purple Prosecutor states that by rights these emeralds belong to the Drakon Empire and that they were stolen from them thousands of years ago. That's ancient history to the Green Prosecutor. All he cares about is what the Emperor promised him. A captive Sonic is brought before the Green Prosecutor. Sonic claims these bozos didn't beat him. He just figured it was the easiest way to find out what they're up to. Just who is this Green Prosecutor anyway? He talks as if he knows Sonic. Prepare yourself for a shock, Sonic. It's Gilmour. Gilmour explains to Sonic that Kodor made him a better offer. He was sick of that overbearing loudmouth loser Robotnik. This time, he's on the winning side. And now more concerned Sonic says this would be a really good time for Knuckles to show up. Gilmour has successfully disabled the floating island's defences and found a secret entrance to the Emerald Chamber. Kodor was right to trust him to lead this entire operation. On planet Drak, home of the Drakon Empire, Emperor Kodor receives a communication from the floating island. Gilmour confirms that everything went according to plan and that the Chaos Emeralds are his for the taking.
Then do not delay, Gilmour. Bring me those emeralds. Once I have them, I will use their power to rule the galaxy, instructed Kodor.
Gilmour needs some time so he can power down some of the circuits before they can get their hands on the emeralds. Sonic states that the floating island will fall from the sky if you take those emeralds. The Purple Prosecutor grows concerned.
We'll all be killed, Gilmour, he shouts.
Gilmour's worked it out. Once the emeralds are removed, there will be enough power in the island's systems to keep it in the sky for a couple hours. So don't listen to Sonic, he tells the Prosecutor. With the circuits now down, the Sentinels begin to retrieve the emeralds. Gilmour, you're a fool. You can't trust the Drakon Empire. You were better off when you worked for Dr Robotnik, Sonic shouts. However, just at that moment, more Guardian robots arrive. Killer machines with their sole purpose of protecting the Chaos Emeralds. It's just the distraction Sonic needs to break free from his chains. An all-out battle ensues with the Drakon forces, Sonic and the Guardian robots. Gilmour has just finished collecting the last Chaos Emerald. It's time for them to get out of here. However, when Gilmour rechecks, one of the emeralds is now missing. Sonic has taken the most important emerald from the lot, the Master Emerald. Sonic makes a run for it.
We still have 6 of the emeralds. Isn't that enough? The Purple Prosecutor asks. No, it's not. He has the Master Emerald. Without it, the rest are useless,
Gilmour angrily explains. Sonic has bought himself a little time. He just needs to figure out how to get the rest of the emeralds back before the island crashes to the ground. While escaping with the Master Emerald, Sonic bumps into Tails. It took him so long to meet up due to landing the plane miles away. And just as they finish their brief catch-up, a bright light materialises in front of them. Just what is happening now? It's Knuckles! He's back! Knuckles had been away on his own adventure in the Special Zone. Then that means that light must have been the Omni viewer. It's too late, he's gone. Sonic's hopes of getting help from the Chaotix crew had now been dashed. Sonic is angry at Knuckles' absence. While you were away having a little holiday, the floating island was attacked by the Drakon Empire. They're after the emeralds. Sonic brings Knuckles up to speed on everything else that's going on before being cut off by the purple prosecutor. The Drakons have found them. Knuckles wonders if he's been dragged into another one of Sonic's stupid wars. My wars? I thought I was helping you, Sonic expresses while the two battle the Drakon Sentinels. While those two fight, the purple prosecutor makes a run for the Master Emerald. Tails tries to stop him, but he's easily dealt with. With the Master Emerald in hand, the purple prosecutor makes his way back to the Emerald Chamber to give Gilmour the missing emerald. The last of the Guardian robots had now been destroyed. At last, now with the Master Emerald, Gilmour can get on with his real plan.
Real plan? Gilmour, you fool, what are you talking? It's easier if I show you.
Sonic, Knuckles and Tails catch up after defeating the Sentinels, but decide to remain hidden to see just what Gilmour's up to. First, Gilmour operates a switch on his Drakon sword. Then, he watches all the Drakon forces fade away. Gilmour has betrayed the Drakon Empire. The coast is clear. Everything went according to plan. They never suspected a thing. Gilmour then activates the Mobius ring. Someone is arriving. It wasn't easy to turn a Drakon sword into a transportation device. Thankfully, it worked for him. From the Mobius ring, Robotnik arrives.
Well done, Gilmour. I never guessed you were such an accomplished actor.
Gilmour never betrayed Robotnik at all. It was all an elaborate scheme set up by Robotnik. Robotnik knew he didn't have the resources to attack the floating island, so he used the Drakon Empire to do his dirty work for him. Gilmour pretended to betray Robotnik so he could align himself with Kodor. There, with Drakon forces, they could attack the floating island, disable all of the island's defense systems. Gilmour could then use a modified Drakon sword to watch the Drakons dematerialize, leaving only himself. There he would bring forth Robotnik, who was waiting for his cue. The Chaos Emeralds are now his. Robotnik's risky but brilliant scheme had paid off big. Robotnik has brought a machine along with him. He begins to attach it to the Chaos Emeralds and arms it facing directly towards himself. However, one thing Robotnik didn't plan for was Sonic. The Sonic Heroes crash Robotnik's celebration. However, Robotnik already claims that this time Sonic is too late. Robotnik activates his machine and an intense blinding light shoots through the entire Emerald Chamber. Robotnik's machine is absorbing the power of the Chaos Emeralds into himself. The power of the Chaos Emeralds will turn him into a god. Sonic and Knuckles have got to stop him, but they are unable to get any closer. However, Robotnik realises that something is wrong. He's absorbing too much power. He's got to turn the machine off, but before he has a chance to act any further, he turns into a green crystal statue, frozen in time. Robotnik has absorbed so much power that his body couldn't handle it. Gilmour collapses down in front of the crystal statue. It had all been for nothing. Robotnik's master plan had backfired massively, or so it would seem. The battle against the Drakons on the floating island was over, and Robotnik looked to be defeated this time for good. Tails wonders what to do with Robotnik, and Sonic jokingly says he should be used to model clothes in a shop window. He's proved to be the biggest dummy around. Some short time had passed. Gilmour had been handed into the authorities and placed in prison. Sonic and Tails return to the floating island. Knuckles wants Robotnik's statue gone. Sonic jokes that Robotnik turned into a crystal from your emeralds after all. So you're saying it's my problem? Thanks a lot, Sonic, says Knuckles. Well, they've got to do something about it. They can't just leave it here. The last thing Knuckles wants to see is that thing glaring at him whenever he goes to the Emerald Chamber. Sonic and Knuckles head off, but Tails notices something odd about the crystal Robotnik. Wait, it can't be. Tails calls out to Sonic but is cut off. Tails was being choked. Dr. Robotnik has returned. By some manner, Robotnik was alive and well and functioning as a moving green crystal version of himself.
Thought you'd seen the last of me, didn't you, Hedgehog?
More hoped, really. Knuckles goes on the attack, saying he'll make Robotnik wish he hadn't bothered to come back, but Robotnik hits Knuckles with a powerful eye laser blast, knocking him unconscious. The situation is starting to look bad. Sonic realises he needs to try to end this quickly before it escalates even more. Sonic attacks Robotnik, but Robotnik suddenly turns himself into a giant. This is getting worse and worse for our heroes. Robotnik continues blasting eye lasers erratically, while explaining that he now possesses the power of the Chaos Emeralds. He had just absorbed so much power that his body took a while to adjust to the change. So when Sonic thought he had changed into a statue, he was just adapting to his new power. Sonic should have smashed him while he had the chance, but he didn't, and now it's too late. Much too late. Robotnik doesn't need Grimer anymore, he doesn't need Badniks or Troopers or help from the Drakon Empire. He is the Force now. Knuckles regains consciousness and he has a plan. He just needs to get to the control panel beneath the emerald. However, Robotnik noticed him. He propels the Echidna face first into the wall. Robotnik then continues to gloat his confirmed victory. Knuckles manages to tell Sonic to push the button, the one next to him. It's the only chance they've got. Sonic isn't sure which button to press, so he presses them all. Maybe he'll get lucky. Then suddenly, a blast shoots from the Master Emerald directly to Robotnik. It hits Robotnik, who then smashes to pieces. What just happened? Knuckles explains that somehow Robotnik forgot about the Chaos Emeralds. When Sonic pushed that button, the Master Emerald absorbed Robotnik's power in a split second. Robotnik is gone. Just as Knuckles finishes explaining, a thunderous laugh can be heard from outside. Robotnik was far from gone. All that had been done was he'd been released from his crystal form. Robotnik had now transformed into a colossal giant, big enough to hold the entire floating island in the palm of his hands. Robotnik has now become the most powerful creature in the universe. Robotnik now reigns supreme. Sonic and the others head outside to face the giant. Sonic says he'll still find a way to beat him, he always does. Robotnik replies that he simply doesn't understand what he is dealing with here. Robotnik has abilities now he couldn't even begin to understand.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Robotnik shoots a blast from his eye directly hitting Sonic. After shaking off Robotnik's attack, Sonic opens his eyes to find he's not on the floating island anymore. Just where is Sonic? Being logical, Robotnik must have knocked him out and dumped him here. Sonic notices a disturbance nearby. It's some troopers. I thought all of Robotnik's troopers had been destroyed. Just like old time's sake, Sonic quickly disposes of them. It's Amy and Johnny. Surely they should have been able to handle a couple of troopers. But something is wrong. Amy and Johnny don't recognise Sonic, and this location he's in is actually the Emerald Hill Zone. But how? The Emerald Hill Zone is full of trees and flowers. This is nothing like it. Amy explains that that was before Robotnik came along. Now this zone is used to process radioactive waste or toxic chemical dumping. Sonic states that they are all freedom fighters, but again, they haven't a clue what he's talking about. It's been a very long time since anyone's used the word freedom. Then suddenly, Oscar the Pig arrives with his death squad. But wait, that's Porker Lewis. Oscar demands Sonic identify himself. He tells Porker, who is going by the name Oscar, that it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog. After checking his global database, he confirms that there is no record of any Sonic the Hedgehog. How strange, everyone is recorded in the citizen database. It's as if you don't exist. The Death Squad will have to take this one in for interrogation. Sonic still can't make anything of what's going on, but whatever is going on, no Badnik is taking him anywhere. Sonic wants answers from Porker, and answers now. When Sonic approaches Porker, Robotnik finally reappears. Robotnik had been watching everything unfold since Sonic awakened.
Don't you get it? Nobody knows you, Sonic. You never existed,
Robotnik explains. Using his incredible powers, Robotnik has changed history. What you see is how Mobius would have been if there had never been a Sonic the Hedgehog. Robotnik rather likes it this way. Without Sonic, Amy and Johnny never became freedom fighters. Porker never had a hero to look up to and give him courage, and as a result, Porker aligned himself with Robotnik, becoming one of his many slaves.
Look at him, Sonic! He's terrified of me, my most devoted slave!
Sonic asks Robotnik what became of Tails.
Ah, your cute little friend, such a tragedy. Do you remember how you first met him?
Sure he does. They met in the swampland zone. Tails had fallen into the swamp and he pulled him out. Except Sonic wasn't there to save him this time. He never existed. You mean? Yes. Tails drowned to death. He died all alone. Sonic literally breaks down as Robotnik laughs with joy in Sonic's face. Ecstatic to see Sonic broken because of his best friend's death. A truly cold and chilling moment. Planet Mobius, now under complete domination of the all-powerful Dr. Robotnik. Some worker Mobians discuss that they have nothing to look forward to now except misery and despair. At least it's not raining. That was short-lived. It immediately starts to rain. God Robotnik hears everything. Sonic arrives and he's here to help. Of course, no one still knows who he is. All that matters is he's here to save the world. He's done it before and he'll do it again. The Mobians laugh at such bold claims. Yeah, sure you have. Troopers come over to them. Talking in the streets has a penalty of extermination. Sonic quickly disposes of the troopers once again. The Mobians begin to have some hope after seeing Sonic save them. Maybe we can beat Robotnik with you on our side. And just as the Mobian finishes his sentence, Robotnik crashes the celebration.
No one can beat Robotnik now. I have supreme power.
Robotnik has transformed into a giant again and splits the road in front of him apart. Sonic just about manages to save the Mobians from falling to their doom. Sonic tells Robotnik to do his worst. Robotnik then transforms into a galactic-sized giant and holds the planet in the palm of his hand. He calls Sonic an insolent little speck. He could destroy planet Mobius in the palm of his hand. Typical. The power of the universe at your command and you're still nothing but a big bully, Sonic responds. Yeah, you could destroy the planet, but what's the point of ruling the world if there's nothing to rule? Robotnik calls Sonic's speech wise words. It would be like smashing his favourite toy. Robotnik allows Sonic and the Mobians to live, but it's only because he enjoys seeing the citizens live in misery. How can Sonic defeat something so mighty? A Mobian asks. Because he let us live, and that's going to be his first mistake. Sonic continues to explore this new dark and miserable Mobius, with Robotnik watching his every move. Robotnik has reverted to his giant form once again. Sonic tells him it doesn't matter how desperate the situation seems, he will stop Robotnik's insane plans. No matter how hopeless things seems, he'll beat him in the end.
Will you indeed? Let's find out, shall we?
Robotnik zaps Sonic again. Sonic gets up, but he feels strange.
Not as strange as you look, old Spikes.
Sonic notices that Robotnik has turned back into his normal form. This is his chance to attack while his guard is down. Sonic tries to run towards Robotnik, but he starts to wobble and stumble. He can barely walk, let alone run. Robotnik, who's loving every moment, calls him truly pathetic. Robotnik explains that the reason Sonic can't run is because of his arthritis. He's been suffering from it for years. Robotnik has forwarded time 65 years. Sonic is now a very old hedgehog. Robotnik has done this to prove to Sonic that despite all his heroic outbursts that he'll defeat him mean nothing. He's gone forward in time to find out if what Sonic said was true, and it wasn't. Sonic is going to spend the next 65 miserable years fighting Robotnik, and it will all be for nothing. The celebrations are beginning. Today is Robotnik Day. Robotnik now, Robotnik forever. Today is the 70th anniversary of Robotnik's rule over Mobius. They don't look very happy though. Robotnik expresses that of course they're not happy. What's the fun of being a dictator if people are happy about it? Then suddenly, Sonic is young again. Robotnik has reversed time back 65 years to the present. You didn't think he was going to miss out on 65 years of humiliating Sonic, did you? Sonic's had enough. He charges once again towards Robotnik. It's time for Robotnik, however, to have a little fun. Sonic is absorbed into Robotnik himself before appearing at a theatre show. It seems Sonic is the worst actor they've ever had to play Sonic himself in this show. What's even crazier is the other actors and the audience are all Robotnik. Sonic is booed off the stage. Robotnik changes the reality time and time again. Sonic claims once again that whatever he does and change reality any way he wants, somehow he'll still win. Because no matter how ridiculous the situation, Sonic will never give up Robotnik. Sonic will never give up. Robotnik reverts the reality back to his dystopian future. Sonic brings up all the times he's beaten Robotnik in the past. Sure, all this weirdness is giving him a hard time, so what? Creeps like Robotnik didn't even slow him down before.
So you yearn for the good old days, eh?
Robotnik responds that Sonic thinks if he had his old enemies to face, he'd win easily. Robotnik wants to put that to the test. Robotnik points to some machinery on the floor. They are beginning to take form. From the rubble emerges Metallics, the Metal Sonic. Robotnik has revived one of Sonic's most deadliest rivals. It has all led to this, from Robotnik's overthrown of power to his new base on Flicky's Island, the manipulation of the Drakon Empire to finally gaining access to the Chaos Emeralds. Dr. Robotnik has now become a god. We have reached the exciting conclusion to it all. The ultimate showdown between Sonic and Robotnik is now. Sonic goes head to head with Metallics, all while Robotnik watches. Metallics hits hard.
You don't stand a chance, Sonic. Give up now and I may go easy on you.
Sonic refuses while Metallics continues his relentless attack. Metallics punches Sonic, knocking him some distance. Sonic falls into some purple liquid. That's no normal purple liquid, it's Megatox. Robotnik has revived another of Sonic's old adversaries. Robotnik has the ability to bring back any of Sonic's old enemies. All he has to do is visualize them. Megatox attacks. Sonic's beaten all these bozos in the past and he can do it again, but Robotnik responds that he's never had to fight them all at the same time. Robotnik revives Plasma, another of Sonic's adversaries. Now the odds really are becoming stacked against Sonic. Metallics alone is bad enough. A bold Sonic claims Robotnik is really scraping the bottom of the barrel now by reviving Plasma.
So you prefer a more worthy opponent, do you?
Be careful what you ask for, Sonic. Forming itself from that junk, a figure that Sonic hoped he would never see again. Robotnik has revived Commander Brutus, the most dangerous of foes that Robotnik has yet revived. Commander Brutus, a foe that Sonic has never been able to beat without the aid of transforming into Super Sonic. And as Sonic is unable to transform into Super Sonic anymore, he must face Brutus and all these other foes at the same time, all alone. Brutus aims his blaster at Sonic and fires away. It's now 6 against 1. Robotnik humours Sonic by saying maybe he should even the odds a little. It's Tails, but we thought he was dead. Robotnik's incredible powers allow him to bring life to anyone. Sonic tries to quickly form a plan with Tails before Tails smacks Sonic right on the back of the head. That's not Tails at all, it's Metamorphia the shapeshifter. It's now 7 on 1. Sonic's still not about to give up though. Sonic aims a super spin attack directly at Brutus. Brutus reminds Sonic that he knows he can't damage him. His armour is invulnerable to Sonic's attacks. That's true, Sonic says, but maybe Plasma can. Sonic hits Brutus directly into Plasma. The impact with Brutus has disrupted Plasma's electrons and starts a chain reaction attacking all of Sonic's other adversaries. A mighty explosion erupts. Sonic has defeated all of his old adversaries at once. Robotnik is quick to remind Sonic that round 1 goes to him, but he's getting tired and worn down. Sonic won't be able to keep this up forever. Sonic says he can beat whatever he throws at him. Robotnik is glad to hear it, as the worst is yet to come. Robotnik has sent Sonic to the Special Zone. He quickly encounters Vector. Sonic tells him to quickly round up the rest of the Chaotix crew. They've got to stop Robotnik. Vector hasn't a clue what Sonic's talking about. Robotnik has changed history so that Chaotix never existed. Robotnik makes his presence known as he's reverted back into a giant, bragging once again that with his powers he can change everything. Sonic replies, "Everything but your socks, unfortunately," before being hit by Mr. Fry, demanding Sonic show some respect. It's Lord Sidewinder and his associates. Sidewinder tells Sonic that it's Overlord Sidewinder now. With no Chaotix crew to stop him, Sidewinder is now ruler of the Special Zone. Sonic's super spin attack will knock that smile off his face, Sonic replies. But something's wrong and Sonic falls over. His speed and skill are all gone. Robotnik forgot to mention that he took away Sonic's powers simply because he can. Robotnik is simply enjoying every moment of this. Biohazard and Mr. Fry decide to play a game of tennis with Sonic being the ball. This is all too easy for Lightmare, but her father, Overlord Sidewinder, tells her to have patience. Once Sonic is defeated, they can turn their attention to their main objective. Sidewinder whispers to Lightmare that the true objective is to steal Robotnik's powers so that he can rule the universe. Robotnik hears this. Being a supreme being, he doesn't miss a thing. A furious Robotnik turns Sidewinder and his goons all to stone as a warning to anyone else who may betray him. "You just can't trust anyone these days, can you, Doctor?" a cocky Sonic tells Robotnik. Robotnik violently responds with a blast from his eyes, telling him to be silent. Robotnik says that Sonic's words are brave, but he will break his spirit, and as he finally begs for mercy, he will destroy him forever. "Big deal," responds Sonic. It did seem that Sonic was acting extremely reckless here by trying to push his luck with Robotnik, but Sonic had a plan, a last-ditch idea to finish Robotnik off for good, but he had to play everything right. If Robotnik caught wind of what he was up to, it would surely be the end of Sonic and all of Planet Mobius forever. "All that power and you're still scared of losing that you took away my special abilities. Still, at least Knuckles won't see me humiliated," Sonic says. Robotnik laughs at such foolish claims. Robotnik scared? Impossible. Robotnik returns Sonic's speed and skills and sends him to the floating island so Knuckles can witness his embarrassing defeat. Sonic's plan worked. He tricked Robotnik into sending him to the floating island, and what's more, reality was back to normal. No longer was he in Robotnik's miserable dystopian future. Sonic immediately rushes to Knuckles. Sonic has figured out how to beat Robotnik, but it all depends on Knuckles. However, Knuckles turns around and punches Sonic, stating that any enemy of Robotnik is an enemy of his. Robotnik has changed things again. Sonic's plan was now in jeopardy. Robotnik arrives to inform Sonic that in this reality, Knuckles is his faithful servant. Knuckles lives to serve his master. Robotnik orders Knuckles to destroy Sonic now. "With pleasure," replies Knuckles. This is bad. Sonic wasn't counting on Robotnik turning Knuckles evil. He's got to think of something fast. Sonic once again plays with Robotnik's ego, stating that he knows deep down that even alone he'd still beat him, and if Knuckles was on his side they would easily win. Sonic continues to throw bold threats to Robotnik, all the while dodging Knuckles' attacks. Robotnik cannot believe this lunacy.
"You think one ridiculous blue hedgehog and a measly echidna can defeat me?"
"Then try us, Robotnik, I dare you." Robotnik has now completely enraged with anger at this pathetic threat. Robotnik's eyes glow with emerald power as his rage intensifies. Robotnik shows Sonic just how frightened he is of him and turns Knuckles back to normal.
"For all the good it will do you."
Knuckles snaps back to normal but is at a complete loss of his surroundings. This is it. Robotnik plans to eradicate Sonic and Knuckles once and for all.
"Prepare to meet your doom, Sonic."
but Sonic tells Robotnik that Knuckles needs a little time to get his head around what's going on here. To humour Sonic, Robotnik agrees he will count to 100, then that's it. No more games, no more threats, no more changing reality. After he counts to 100, he will destroy Sonic once and for all. Robotnik begins to count. Sonic and Knuckles run to the Emerald Chamber. They don't have much time. They find Robotnik's machine. Perfect, it's still there. It's the machine Robotnik used to absorb the Emerald's power in the first place. Sonic's plan must be to somehow reverse the effects of the machine on Robotnik. Robotnik reaches 100. Ready or not, here he comes. Robotnik locates them both in the Emerald Chamber and Sonic with his machine aimed directly at him. Robotnik has seen through Sonic's plan immediately.
So that's your plan, is it? You think you can turn my own machine against me? Take away all my emerald power?
Robotnik blasts the machine, smashing it to pieces before Sonic can activate it.
Only I know how to operate that machine. Did you really think such a pathetic plan would work?
Not really, no, Sonic responds. Sonic just needed to distract Robotnik for a few seconds so that Knuckles could get into position.
The Echidna!
Suddenly, Robotnik is blasted by Knuckles holding the Grey Emerald. That's right, Robotnik, the Grey Emerald, the Control Emerald. Robotnik was having his emerald power sucked out of his body and there wasn't anything he could do or to resist it from happening. Robotnik tries to plead to Knuckles, but Knuckles isn't having any of it. Knuckles has got to concentrate, use the emerald to reconfigure all the emerald energy into its original pattern. In other words, undo all the harm Robotnik's done. But something's happening to Robotnik. He's shrinking.
No, I was so close,
would be Robotnik's final words as he continued to shrink until he completely vanishes into thin air. What's happened? Where is Robotnik? It appears that Robotnik's body had become so used to being emerald powered that it couldn't exist without it. Several years ago, Robotnik had absorbed a smaller amount of the Chaos Emerald's power into himself. However, the power was removed from him after a few minutes and left no lasting damage to him. But this time, Robotnik had absorbed a much higher dosage of power, and this power was a part of him for days, weeks, years, even decades. Robotnik's powers had become a very part of Robotnik himself. When Knuckles stripped Robotnik's powers, he destroyed Robotnik along with his emerald powers. Robotnik was gone, and this time it looked for good. Later, in the Emerald Hill Zone, Sonic and Knuckles see the success of their plan. Nobody remembers a thing about Robotnik being a supreme power. It's like it never happened. Knuckles questions, why is Sonic so glum then? Sonic tells Knuckles that they've just won one of the greatest victories ever against an enemy so powerful he could have destroyed them with a single thought. So, what's the point of being a big hero when nobody can remember it? Sonic had done it. Robotnik was defeated, and this time it looked for good. All the damage Robotnik had done with his emerald power had been reversed, including Tails, who was now alive and well. In the end, it would be Robotnik's own ego and underestimating Sonic that was his downfall. He could have destroyed Sonic at any given moment, but he chose to instead play and toy with him, and in turn, allow a mere mortal to get the upper hand of a god. Was this truly the end of Robotnik?
Da 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 da.